Hello, thank you for joining me for today's Facebook Live. My name is Tracy Helt. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia. And I probably should have turned my light on. Apologies for not being here last week. I've been sick and I had no voice at all last week. I'm hoping that I'm going to get through today without having an absolute coughing fit. So I'm going to try and do it with talking as little as possible, which is difficult for me because I do like to talk. So the card that we're going to be making today is a triple Z fold card. So it's going like that. It has a writing panel at the back. Same card, different design, different DSP. This was the card that was in the Fun Folds blog hop on Friday, which I said I was going to do today. And I've changed my mind a little bit because obviously once I start doing something, I get a bit obsessed with it. So this is the same jars that I had done in the card a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to do this card with yet another different design on it. Alright, now I have put up all the measurements and I'm going to show you the products as I use them just so that I'm not spending too much extra time talking. And I've done as much prep as I could before. So our card base, we're going to score at 4.5 centimeters and 9 centimeters, or 1.5 and 7 inches. And just sort of Z-fold that, so Mountain Valley. And we're going to do the exact same scoring and the same folding on the 3 strips. Alright, now you're going to stick your strips, so that end is going along there and the long straight end is going against the folded end on the other side. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue over there. And just lining up those sides and top edges. Now I like to do it with top and bottom and then slot the middle in, trying to gauge it that it's sort of in the middle, but however works best for you to position them. Doesn't look very straight, but okay. Should be if I lined up my edges correctly, which I didn't. Alright. And then we're just going to put glue on those last panels and try to do a better job of lining these up than I did the first ones. There we go, and that folds so that everything fits nicely. And then we're going to take our DSP. Now I've used the Traditions of Christmas, which is the same DSP as the same pack of DSP as I'd used on that one, but this is one of the other pieces. So our fat bit is going along the edges here, and we're going to cover those strips. And then the long skinny bits are going along the strips. Right, I just need a sip of water because I feel like I'm about to cough. Trying to keep it all at bay. Now I have some of my black strips which I've put through the birchwood embossing folder. And again, we're just going to stick it on this side. And then the little bits are going on those little bits of the strips. There we go. Now to decorate this card, I'm using the pine tree trimmings, and if I can find where I put it, it does have a die set that goes with it. This is a teeny tiny little die set, but it's got your Christmas tree, it's got those sort of tinsel decorations, a star bow and some little presents, so cute little die set there. And I have already cut out my trees, so I stamped and cut my trees. For two of them I've just put a star on the top. One I've actually put some of those baubles, and so that's a full one, and as I went up I just cut them to fit. Don't think I lined them up very well, but that's okay. And I've stamped a tree on my writing panel, which we'll just stick onto the back straight away. Alright, so now we can stick our trees on, and I sort of figured that these two were going to be in the background. I'm going to stick the other one over it, so that's why I didn't put any of the tinsel on it, because I thought that most of them is going to be covered anyway. So just go, don't put too much glue on here, because remember, it is, you want it on these panels so there is space in between them. And then this one's going to be interesting because I actually want to put it on dimensionals, but I need the dimensionals where there's place for it to stick, not where it's going to stick my card closed. So let's see if I do it like this. That needs to stick with glue, please, and yeah, don't stick the card closed. Hopefully this is going to hold it where I need it. and my sentiment I've stamped from the traditional labels stamp set. So we're using that 'tis the season, and I'm going to just mat it onto a crumb cake piece. Pop that onto dimensionals as well. And I'm going to stick that along the bottom. Alright, so there's our triple Z fold in yet another design. So, as I say, the only limitation is your imagination. So make this card. You can see it's effective, but it is actually quite easy to make, and decorate it however you like. If you make it, please post pictures to my page so that I can see what you've done with it. And sorry for the coughing, but at least we managed to get through without too much coughing. And I will see you again next week, and hopefully without any coughing. Have a good week. Until then, bye for now.